3 games, no defeats for Scottish clubs in Europe. I think it's fair to say that Rangers, Hibs and Dundee United all have a hand wrapped around that lovely Coefficient Cup. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Today we're going to be reacting to the fans reacting from both Scottish games last night in Europe. We had Hibernian competing in the Europa League, and we also had Dundee United competing in the Conference League. And lo and behold, neither team lost, and a lot of people were expecting Hibs to lose. I thought it was going to be a close game. I was thinking 2-1, leaning towards Michelin, but I would have been not that surprised, to be honest, if Hibs won. And they didn't win. They got a 1-1 draw in the end, which is a good draw away from home. Certainly would have took that before the start of the game. However, based on how the game went and how good Hibs started, and I think Michelin didn't even have a shot on target until almost like the 58th minute, something along those lines. Can we look back at it now and go, well, maybe Hibs should have won, maybe Hibs should have had a better lead, taking it to Easter Road? Possibly, but listen, Hibs are level now in this tie. Hibs are taking it to Easter Road, and Hibs have got to think they can go through. If they're playing Rangers or Celtic at Easter Road, they'd have to believe that they can get a result, so there's no reason why they shouldn't believe they can get a result against Michelin. As for Dundee United, they were expected to win against lower league opposition. They did win. They got themselves 1 foot in the next round, and they also picked up a win in coefficient points as well, so all good in the hood. And then, as we know, Tuesday night, Rangers done the job against Panathinaikos, so everything is great for us right here in Scottish football.
Here it is, there's no two ways about it. 2 wins and a draw. I think that's better than what most people would have expected, especially in this game. But who predicted 1 each? Aye, me. I'm the guy. I'm the man. I'm the guy that predicted 1 each. I said Hibs would pick up a point, but you're right.
No, you want to know who the guy truly is? The American hero, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Rest in peace to the Hulkster. You're no bad, but Hulk Hogan is Hulk Hogan.
Oh, of course. I mean, I'm alright, but I mean, Hulk Hogan is truly one of a kind, and there'll be no Hulk Hogan slander dealt with in this channel.
Yeah, because we're no specky wee fannies that have 118 in our username.
That's for damn sure. Guys, I mean, imagine celebrating a guy's death. That's pretty fucking low in my book.
Is it any surprise, though, a guy that, supports terrorism, a guy that, along with Ryan McGimpley, was threatening to beat up women in the toilets at Celtic Park, a guy that is pro predators, men pretending to be women, going into dressing rooms and preying on young kids' toilets? Is it any surprise that kind of guy's got an issue with a real patriot, a real man in Hulk Hogan?
No.
I mean, McGimpley and 118, you put them together and they wouldn't even come up to the size of half of Hulk Hogan's python, for God's sake, on his arm. So, I mean,
yeah.
No, honestly, I mean, their entire body's like the same size as one of Hulk Hogan's veins. So, I'm not going to listen here and have fucking Ryan 118 fanny features bash Hulk Hogan. Not a fucking chance.
No, and message.
Absolute loser. No, he's talking about no money. He's poor. Cause he's a fucking gimp who spends thousands travelling to watch current shite WrestleMania. Oh, men in tights. Oh, I like how they look. I think he's a hot guy, but I can't talk about women. Oh no. Jota, though, I want to get in Jota's pants. Oh, Tori Wilson, she scares me. She's feminine. Anyway, fuck Ryan 118, he's a loser. And with that said, we can now continue.
Well, closing thoughts, right? If you think you're a worse human being for saying a word than celebrating someone's death, you're fucked in the head.
Yeah, no, 100%. All these people that are claiming Hulk Hogan was this horrible person, and they've been celebrating and loving the fact that he's dead. I mean, even just think about that. Try and comprehend that for a second. Imagine claiming someone's a horrible human being and someone's like this disgraceful person, yet you are almost like fantasizing about the fact that they're dead, and you're praising and celebrating the fact that they are no longer here. It says more about that person than it does about you. It says more about you than it does about the person that you're claiming was bad. So, yeah, I mean, all these haters they're showing themselves up to be the horrible human beings that they are. But again, like I said, I expect nothing less for some people, and he's one of them. So
sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. So let's get into the recap here. Well, I'll say the recap. It's the fans react. Hibs and Dundee United. We just decided to put them both together here and show them both a bit of love here on this Friday morning. So let's get into the Hibs game first. That happened first. And I tell you what, all to play for at Easter Road, says Hibernian Football Club. A well-earned draw in Denmark. Totally agree with that. Although JW88 says, Hibs it. Did Hibs it? I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to agree with that. Hibs did not Hibs it, man. Let's get it fucking straight here. I know they drew one each, but the goal that Thingy scored in Midtjylland, it was a good free kick. Martin Boyle was offside, could have made it 2-0, but I would not say for a second that Hibs bottled this game, would you say? So,
No, they could have won it, and they might look back and be upset that they didn't. But I think to say that they Hibsed it is that's disingenuous. It's not. I mean, anybody can be winning a game and then concede a goal and draw. Look, I think that a draw is probably the fair result on the night. I think Hibs were the better team in the first half. I think they rightfully had the lead going into the break, but I'm not convinced they've done enough over the 90 minutes to deserve a win, and I think Midtjylland did come into the game a bit more. And yeah, I'm not saying the goalkeeper Smith didn't exactly have to pull. I mean, he had a few saves to make. I thought they were all comfortable. I thought every save Smith made was saves you expect him to make. Unfortunately, the only one he didn't save was the free kick, but it was a great free kick. I think it was a free kick worthy of equalising the game. Listen, I think 1-1 was about the fair result. If Hibs won it, I wouldn't be sitting here saying they didn't deserve to. Absolutely not. But I don't think you can complain. I certainly don't think Midtjylland done enough to win the game. It would have been very harsh on Hibs had they lost it. But look, 1-1 I think is pretty fair. That can happen. You can concede a goal away from home against a team with the quality of Midtjylland. So we'll see. Hibs will give themselves a good chance going into the second leg. That's what we needed. That's what we wanted, and that's what we got. So I'm excited to see what Hibs can do in Edinburgh.
Glasgow, playing there. Right, Unknown Routine says, great result to be fair. Big Robertson says, one each against some farmers in Iceland. Meanwhile, Dundee battering teams 3-1 in Rail Cups. Wonder if Mulligan is regretting his decision. Is that Stephen Presley's wee burner account now? Might be. Could be.
Iceland? Is he just ripping the piss?
He's ripping the piss. It's like me saying Panathinaikos or Turkish, you know what I mean? It's
okay.
We joke.
Twisting the knife.
That's it. But
hold on. Dundee have already been eliminated for that Rail Cup, so what's it matter? That Rail Cup for Dundee is nothing more than a glorified friendly now.
Tell you what, I think you need to put a bit of respect on Hulk Hogan. There's no way Ryan 118 and Ryan McGimpley even combined come up to one of his pythons there.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. Anyway, moving on. Harvey Scott, big win for the Jambos today, eh? Jambos weren't playing. That's his dig.
Listen, guys, I mean, we can have jokes and banter and all this, but let's not pretend that as a Hearts fan or even Dundee fans, you would not want to trade places with Hibs. We can mock them for drawing here, but we would rather... I would rather be drawing with Midtjylland 1-1 in the Europa League and watching Hibs win 4 games and scoring 4 goals in all of them in the Premier Sports Cup. But I would trade Hearts' start to the season for Hibs' start. Anyone who says they wouldn't is... And I get it, people are trying to, it's banter and whatnot, but, I mean, come on. You would rather be in Europe. A draw against Midtjylland's better than beating Dumbarton 4-0, I can admit it.
It is, absolutely. RC says, couldn't even beat Danish farmers. Igamani says, big win.
But people say Danish farmers, right? See teams on Midtjylland's level and similar. See when they draw Scottish teams that aren't Celtic and Rangers?
They're licking their lips.
Are you sure they're not turning around and going, we got a bunch of Scottish farmers?
Probably.
Or see like Midtjylland's rivals, Brøndby or whoever, right? Or Copenhagen or whatever. See Midtjylland last night. Do you not think Copenhagen fans are slagging Midtjylland fans on like the Danish scoreboards and shit like this? And they're like, you couldn't even beat those Scottish farmers. No, but I mean, they probably are.
No, they probably are. Yeah, I'd say you're probably right, but don't know. It might not be the exact same terminology, but
Alright, Scottish pricks then or something.
I don't know what the Danes use, guys. But JT13 says, fancy Hibs to do them at Fester Road. They are poor, gut-wrenching, but true. Aye, he's talking about Midtjylland. Midtjylland weren't good, man. Hibs at home, I almost expect them to do it. Cracking result, that was a side that spent almost 40 million euros last year. Still well in the tie going into next week. Can we fact check that? Midtjylland spent 40 million euros almost last year. That seems like fucking too much money.
I'd be surprised if that's true.
They must have sold a bunch of players, or even if they did, though, it doesn't make much sense to me. Don's report, very good result. You can definitely take them next week. I tell you what, maybe were Midtjylland in the Champions League last year? They might have been. Maybe they spent all the money on it. I don't know.
True.
Scottish Football says unlucky not to get the win, but I think they can do the job next week with the home crowd behind them. Mark, what a defensive performance. Only a sensational free kick that undone us. On to Easter Road. Great result, well done Hibs, especially Jordan Smith. Well, Jordan Smith had a pretty good game. Good performance, lads, for the games I've seen for Denmark. It seems a fairly high-scoring league. Need to get in about them at Easter Road as we looked dangerous whenever we went forward. They look like a team that either can't or simply can't be bothered defending. Thomas says, Josh Mulligan, outstanding. Allison, we picture Rocky Bashuri there. We have a brick wall, because he was pretty good last night. So, I think that'll wrap up.
No, I mean, yeah, but you know what, man? I think all the Hibs defence was good last night. I thought Obita was good. O'Hara, I think, was really good doing that right-hand side, stopping crosses coming in. For me, Hibs across the board were really good defensively last night. I don't think you can... Bashuri was good, but I don't really think you can pinpoint one over the other. I thought it was a solid performance.
No, it was a great performance for Hibs. No two ways about it. But we'll move on to Dundee United. They won 1-0 against Unastrassi.
We didn't see the Dundee United game, but I think Hibs...
I've seen the highlights and refuse it. So.
Well, highlights is one thing, but...
What did you see then?
I've seen the other side of the pillow. Anyway, I think that I'd say Hibs defensively had a much better display than Rangers.
I would agree. Yeah.
I mean, Rangers were all over kind of shot, weren't they? Hibs never really, like I said.
Rangers won easy though.
Michelin's first shot on target never came until way into the second half.
Yep.
And every save Smith made, it was like comfortable. It was like shots for distance that were never really troubling the guy.
No, I absolutely agree. But it was another European victory for the Terrors of Tannadice. Sapsford with the goal.
Let's just get the negativity over with, right? I think that Dundee United should have won this by more than 1-0. And to me, despite this being a really, low level of opposition, just due to the scoreline, the tie is still alive. Despite what we think of this team, because
could this be a good scenario? Yeah, Dundee United might need to go and win.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that's the case because, listen, see Scotland, we need our teams to be winning both legs of games.
Yeah.
Even if we're going to get eliminated for a tie, let's say Hibs versus even if Hibs were going to get it's crucial that Hibs pick up a draw.
Yeah.
And a loss, or a win and a loss, and you lose an aggregate.
First thing for Hibs is they can draw next week and still go through.
Yeah, but like you said, Dundee United, they don't have a big, massive league to just sit back. So, I mean, maybe we will see a better performance for them next week. But the tie is somewhat still alive.
Watching the highlights, they should have won by more.
Oh, I think we were expecting about a 3-4-0 win.
Yeah, highlights suggest that it could have been that. They had a chance cleared off the line last kick of the game, so 2-0 would have made the difference. But we'll see, right? What do the fans have to say? Greg, he finds it funny. This guy's back in. Let's see. So, United scraped past some journeymen for Liechtenstein in the Aldi Conference League. Meanwhile, Dundee recently put 8 past elite European competition in the Champions League. What year was that? 1962. That's quite funny, that, isn't it?
Aye.
They beat Cologne 8-1.
Recently, last week, eh?
They beat Cologne 8-1. What a fucking result that is, by the way. Aaron Walker says, can't believe how negative people are being after a win in Europe. Yeah, it was poor at times, but that's ultimately because the team hasn't gelled yet. It'll come. Defence was solid and some really good individual performances. Great result. Yeah. DR says, okay, let's be real. A lot of new players, but we got there. Yes, it should have been more, and yes, that team will be dangerous away, but Sapsford just keeps running and got a goal. Traps looks good. Defence is tough as nails. I actually think we lacked a bit in the middle, bar Sev. I thought Travanonsky was pretty good. He always looks alright, to be honest. Duke, well, that was pish, I'm afraid. I know it's early days, but on that showing we are going to struggle this season, in my opinion. Well, I mean, it's going to take a lot for them to replicate fourth. I would say it's pretty much nailed on impossible for Dundee United.
Honestly, I'm looking at Dundee United. I think they will struggle this season. I don't think the squad's that good. To me, that they've lost some key players, not really replaced them. I still don't understand why Declan Gallagher was allowed to go. That baffles me. Their captain last season had played a majority of the minutes. I mean, he barely missed out in any game time last week, or whatever. So yeah. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I think Dundee United will be finishing about maybe 8th, 9th this season.
I would agree with that. I mean, fourth last season was extremely high, and I did say yesterday they finished fifth. Why I said they finished fifth, guys, is due to the simple fact of the matter. Aberdeen ended up winning the Scottish Cup, and it moved Dundee United down to like essentially a net fifth, because that's what they got in terms of European football. But of course they finished fourth, you know what I mean. They got the spoils of fifth though in terms of European football, right? Decent result. There are no mugs in Europe. A goal scored and none conceded is always a good result nowadays. I mean, you can argue that true, but the reality is 1-0. They could go out next, but we need wins. Coefficient Cup needs wins. Paul Campbell says really poor. No urgency throughout the game. Not much quality either. The three centre halves did okay, but apart from that, ... Toddy says give Big Burt the keys to Tannadice. Liam, 8 new signings in the starting 11, playing their first game together. Was never going to be pretty. A win's a win. Strasman will look up more next leg and will get pumped 3-0. Neb says played better when Seagull came on. Steven Seagal?
Not quite.
Shad? This ain't being shad. Anyway, this has been the fans react. We'll be back later on. European Review Show. We'll go through all the games. A lot of losses, a lot of wins, but for us, I mean, 2 wins and a draw. Can't really complain. I mean, ideal world, Hibs' Martin Boyle goal counts and they win 2-0 and we're in dreamland, but beggars can't be choosers. Looking at it, couldn't really have asked for a better
Yeah,
start.
would have taken this. See, across the 3 games, if you said to me, you know, Rangers will get a 2-0 win at home, Hibs will get a draw away in Denmark, and Dundee United will get off to a win in their European campaign, I would have took this 100%. So happy with it, and it gives all 3 Scottish clubs a real chance now of progression past this tie, which, you know, was in doubt, to be honest, before. So
absolutely. Anyway, guys, leave it down below. We'll be back soon. Till next time. Peace.